the best gift you can give your spouse is a happy meal. So show
Preach
up
it.
as your best
Yeah.
self, as your most joyful self,
Yeah.
as your happiest self.
Yeah.
Don't be looking for kayamata and external things. It is you, the person married. It is you that it is your best self, showing up as your best self that works. So set yourself free from the magazines and the pop culture image of I must be size 8 and as you're a size 16 like that. Just be your happy self. And yes, you are working to be healthier, you're working to be better, but show up as your happiest, best self. And I'd also like to talk about sex. I remember when we first got married, and I'd been given so many advice. I'd heard so many things. Do this, do that. Don't do this, don't do that. And I remember that I'd done some things in the hope of, hey, I will make the wedding night hot and everything. And I got there, and the guy was like, no, I don't like that. No, I don't want this. And I'm like, ah. And what I've grown to realize is that he says it. Sex is advanced communication, and so the core of sex is.
I said that.
Yes, in one of your classes, I was listening.
That's deep.
One of his basic marriage courses.
Just kidding.
and it really got to me that yes, sex is about asking, what do you want? What can I do to please you? And you asking, what do you want? What can you do to please me? And then we meet halfway. It's not about projecting what you have watched in porn. That's why please leave porn out of your marriage. It will just complicate matters. Leave masturbation, leave the other woman out of your marriage. Both of you stay here. What can I do to make you happy? What can you do to make me happy? And then we meet halfway. So it's not about, oh, you read on Joro's blog that this is what will make it hot. You read that if you drink this, that's what. I remember one time I even bought aphrodisiacs and different things. After the first day, I was like, I don't want. It's not doing anything. Like, I don't need it. And yes, do things to spice up, but always make sure that you are satisfying the person, because the sex is for the person and you, not for any other person on the outside. And so don't look at standards that other people outside have created. You guys should create your own heaven, your own delightful, whatever it is that makes you happy. Really, I think that's it.
Fantastic. Let me stretch the thought a bit further about sex. There's a lot of mystery around sex, and the world is very sexualized. Anywhere you turn, we just try to people are objectifying women, and what is popular about sex and everything. But in the context of marriage, it's important that you communicate. Now, she reminded me of something that I said to a couple of people that I had the privilege of teaching some time back, and I said sex is deep communication. It's actually extremely important. You have to be able to communicate. Remember, I said if you are forming for anyone, it can't be your spouse. Before the sexual act, during the sexual act, communicate. Let your partner know he is not in your mind. She is not. She can't read your mind, and you can't read her mind. At least, maybe not within the first few years of marriage. Let her know what you want. All right. If you are feeling uncomfortable, but you have to be able to talk and communicate. The intimacy that everyone desires, and I am big on intimacy. Everybody desires intimacy. Sex is one of those expressions. Probably the best of the various expressions for intimacy. Everybody desires to be intimate. Sex is a powerful tool for intimacy, but it's not just about performing, a performance. No, you have to be able to talk, get feedback, foreplay during the act, afterwards, all right? And be creative. All right, I remember reading somewhere that somebody said something about missionary position, and that's the only, I don't know where they get all that kind of crap from, all right? There are no rules, all right, when it comes to some aspects of marriage. The two of you sit down and decide on what you're going to have. It's a beautiful thing to have sexual satisfaction, and it's not a mystery. You have to be able to speak, talk to your wife and listen to her, communicate. And let me also say something a bit about infidelity. Now, I know that that's like the elephant in the room. Now, it goes both ways. Men can cheat and women can cheat. In fact, I was shocked when I went on Google. I think it was Google Analytics or Google, one of those what do you call it now, softwares or apps that allow you to look at what is most searched on the net. And I found out that women cheating was one of the highest searches, all right, on Google. So it goes both ways. What I want to say to you is this: for those that are afraid, because some people all of a sudden have come under the fear of, oh, I don't want to cheat against, especially those that are Christians or believers and are moral, or I'm not sure. You can't be afraid of such a thing. You can trust God to keep you, yes, but also there are things that you put in place. If you put the necessary barriers in place, then it is less likely you find yourself in a position where you'll be tempted. Now, I'm not even talking about overcoming the temptation. I'm saying that there are things that you can put in place. The Bible even talks about fleeing the appearance of evil. You don't allow certain things into your space. And if you're having challenges or you're struggling, all right, if you're having some kind of funny thoughts or you feel like somebody is sending some kind of funny vibes, remember, no secrets, full disclosure. Your spouse should be the first to know, and the spouse must be smart enough to handle it. Why are you smiling? The
Because
spouse.
most of the time women already know, especially if the woman knows like there's another lady.
Yeah.
Because I was reading somewhere that a woman who likes a man sends off signals. She releases some hormones, and another lady can smell those. I think they're called pheromones or something. So you can smell it. So that your instinct will already start telling you, "Damn, be careful of this girl." Oh." Even though nothing in the physical is showing. So open your mouth and talk when you feel like, not that you now be Mrs. Suspicion, or but when your guards are up about someone, help your spouse. Many times I always say that they're clueless, they're like babies, and they're just innocent, swaddling up and down. Many times you have to really want to help them in some cases. I just thought
And
to
I
share that.
totally agree. Sometimes we have blind spots. There's something called blind spots, and it happens both ways also.
Yeah.
Not only in the aspect of sex and all that. Sometimes your wife can be in the middle of something, maybe something that is work related, and because she's in the middle, some things can fall in a blind spot. It's your responsibility because you're not in the middle of all of it, as it were. So you can see certain angles just the same way she can see certain angles. So for you, you're saying, no, no, the person is just a friend, but she can see something that you cannot see. So if communication is in place, the chances are that, and both of you are, you're honest with each other, you don't keep secrets from each other, there's full disclosure, then you'll be able to overcome, all such challenges.
Mm.